What's going on, everybody? Ochoa here from SB Nation's bloggingtheboys.com. We hope all is well wherever you are. We hope you're happy, safe, healthy, and I hope personally that you enjoyed the return of Big Brother. That's right, Big Brother is back in our lives. It now really feels like summer. You know what I mean? We've had so many things, obviously not a part of our normal summer routines because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It's so weird having basketball on, which is great, don't get me wrong, but our calendars have been flipped upside down, so it's nice to have a little bit of normalization with Julie Chen and the rest of the Big Brother crew. But it is August, which means it is training camp time. That's typically something that happens around Big Brother time. In fact, I remember one year the Big Brother contestants went out to Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California. But either way, the Cowboys are training at the Star in Frisco, looking to get ready for their first game of the season. Remember, the Cowboys were actually scheduled to play against the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. That's right. Thursday, August 6th was supposed to be the Pro Football Hall of Fame game, canceled along with the rest of the preseason. So the Cowboys will have to wait all the way until September 13th to begin their quest to be world champions for the sixth time. We know the Cowboys have been trying to win their sixth Super Bowl since 1996. And while this isn't the goal, Amari Cooper met with the media this week over Zoom, over all the socially distanced protocols, and he kind of shared something that the Cowboys are, I don't want to say planning on doing or hoping necessarily. Obviously, the number one goal is to win the Super Bowl, but Amari Cooper knows that with him, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb all in the same offense, that they can pull off something pretty special that not a whole lot of teams have done in NFL history.
I think, with me and Michael Gallup going for 1,000 yards last season, I think the expectation is to have 3,000 yard receivers this year.
That's right. Amari Cooper noting that he, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb could all have over 1,000 yards receiving. That is a pretty rare thing, to be honest. It hasn't happened all that much in NFL history. The last team to have 3 pass catchers over 1,000 yards receiving in a single season, that team did go to the Super Bowl. However, they lost. The 2008 Arizona Cardinals, Larry Fitzgerald, Anquan Bolden, and Steve Breston. That was a fun offense to watch Kurt Warner command. For what it's worth, not 1,000 yards, but in 2012, the Dallas Cowboys did have 3 pass catchers go over 900 yards receiving on a single season. Des Bryant, Miles Austin, and Jason Witten. So, if you want to, change the parameters a bit, the Cowboys do fit one of those interesting accomplishments, to say the least. Speaking of Jason Witten, by the way, Jason Witten was in the news this week, all right? Jason Witten, now a member of the Las Vegas Raiders, which is a sentence I never thought would be possible for a number of reasons. And this past week, the Raiders released the first photos of Jason Witten wearing a Raiders uniform. It looks weird, but it kind of makes sense. It's not like a really different uniform, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like some colors changed, obviously, but it does kind of shock you a little bit. And something that may or may not have shocked you has to do with the Cleveland Browns. That's right, Cleveland Browns tight end Austin Hooper. All right, Austin Hooper came into all of our NFL lives back in 2016 when the Atlanta Falcons lost the Super Bowl to the New England Patriots. They lost after blowing a 28-3 lead. You have to say that. That's the rule. And Austin Hooper was really great, and he's been really great. Now he's a member of the Browns, like I said. You know, those Falcons, they lost the Super Bowl to the New England Patriots. That was the team that came back from 28-3. Like I said, you got to say it. Those Patriots had a player on their team that once played for the Dallas Cowboys, Martellus Bennett. Played alongside Jason Witten, shared a room with him. We've heard Marty B speak very honestly about his experience working with Jason Witten back in 2016. A few months before winning the Super Bowl, Martellus Bennett said that it was not an enjoyable experience to be Jason Witten's teammate. And so, what does all this have to do with the Cleveland Browns and Austin Hooper? Well, think about this. David Njoku, one of the other tight ends on the Cleveland Browns roster, reportedly wanted to trade just, like a month ago. And reportedly, the Dallas Cowboys were one of the teams in the mix. That is not going to come to fruition. It's Blake Jarwin season for the Cowboys. But David Njoku and the Browns, everybody seems to have harmony. Everybody seems to be good to go. And Austin Hooper, according to Cleveland.com, was asked about how all this is going to work. And Austin Hooper said, I just kind of like to lead by example. And if people have questions, I will answer them. I am an open book. I don't try to hoard information. I don't like doing the whole Jason Witten deal where it is me versus everyone else in the tight end room. I think it is more like we are all in this together. Whoa, what's up with the shots at Jason Witten? Look, we don't know what this means. I really don't know where this came from, honestly. Maybe Austin Hooper read that article in 2016 that talked about Martellus Bennett's comments about Jason Witten. But it should be mentioned, Austin Hooper, where did he go to college? Stanford University. The Dallas Cowboys have a tight end on their roster right now in Dalton Schultz that went to Stanford University. In fact, Dalton Schultz and Austin Hooper were on the same Stanford team in 2015. I would assume they're friends. I don't know if they're texting each other all the time. Dalton Schultz is a big gamer. Maybe they're playing Call of Duty or something. But if you're trying to connect dots, I mean, Dalton Schultz did play last year with Jason Witten, so who knows about that. But on the subject of playing, it has been a long time since Randy Gregory played it down for the Dallas Cowboys. That's right. The last game that Randy Gregory played for the Cowboys was actually the last one that they played without Jason Witten, the 2018 divisional round game on the road, not too far away from Palo Alto, but against the Los Angeles Rams at the Coliseum in LA. And those Cowboys obviously were a great team. Randy Gregory was a big reason why. He's been suspended, been working his way back into the NFL ever since, and everybody's been wondering, what's the deal? Alden Smith applied for reinstatement. He got it. He's back with the Cowboys. Why hasn't Randy Gregory been reinstated by the National Football League? We've been waiting forever, seemingly no answers, and while we don't have any answers, we do have this. Randy Gregory released a statement on Wednesday reading, "I really miss playing football and being a player in the NFL. I'm doing everything that is asked of me, and I'm in great shape physically, mentally, and emotionally, but I'm being held back from furthering my career because of COVID and testing. I've been ready to play and test for months, but still have gotten little to no help to resolve my reinstatement. I'm asking more questions than I'm getting answered. It's amazing that the powers that be can keep passing the buck and also use this pandemic as a way to prevent me from joining my team, telling me to just sit and wait in limbo over things I can't control. All the while doing everything right off the field is unfair and flat out wrong." The Dallas Cowboys have supported Randy Gregory through all ups and through all downs since drafting him in the second round back in 2015. That's right, the Cowboys' first round pick in 2015 is now on his second contract with a different NFL team in the Miami Dolphins, Byron Jones. Randy Gregory, like I said, I mean, he's been through suspensions, he's been through different things, and there is a new collective bargaining agreement in place in the NFL now, thanks to having it being negotiated just a few months ago this past off season. Whether that does ultimately lead to Randy Gregory's reinstatement is something many people have speculated on, and while we don't have more answers, we do also have more questions than anything, just like Randy does. We at the very least know where he stands, which is something that was not known up until this point. It is training camp season, which means training camp coverage rolls on. Make sure you stay tuned to bloggingtheboys.com, your home for the best Dallas Cowboys coverage on the web. You're home for the best Dallas Cowboys coverage on the web. Make sure you subscribe right here to the official Blogging the Boys YouTube channel. We have videos coming all the time, different breakdowns, different recaps, different discussions. Subscribe, set the alerts, do whatever you want so that we can hang out all the time. And if you do want to hang out with us, make sure you subscribe to the Blogging the Boys podcast feed. You get 2 episodes every single day, right in the morning, and then later on about lunchtime, having all sorts of discussions, all things going on America's team. We're available on all major podcast platforms. You can follow me, I'm RJ Ochoa, on Twitter or Instagram, right there, at RJ Ochoa. One word, nice and easy, no underscores, no nothing fancy. And you can do us one more favor. You can have a great day. You know why? Because you deserve it. We'll see you next time.